Welcome to Steel Curtains Productions. It is November 25th, 2024. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. And thank you to those who are my followers. Please share it with your friends and families and get them to subscribe and like. And if you trip on the channel, please don't leave before subscribing and hitting the likes, and share it with your friends, family, and with those online. We have a good community here, good Steelers reviews, insights to the Steelers play, and a good, cordial channel. All right. So, as this states, we get the Steelers going into Cleveland. We take a loss, 19-24. Browns kind of put it away actually in the last minute. So, kind of heartbreaking there, but good. It was a dogfight, just like it said, and the Browns came out winning the dogfight, and we're going to have to deal with this at some point. Okay, so we're going to give you the stats first. We'll talk more about the game. First quarter, there was no score. Second quarter, Cleveland outscores us 10-3, and this has been a problem for the Steelers. Is our first halves. Third quarter, 3-0, or should I say, the Steelers add 3, so it's 10-6 after the third. Then you get the final quarter, and Cleveland gets 14, Steelers get 13. Score ends up 24-19. Good, solid game. Now, the numbers, when you look at the game stats, don't. This is really deceiving, because if you looked at these numbers, you would have thought easily the Steelers should have won this game. It's kind of blows the mind that the way the stats were in this game. 368 to 304 total yards for the Steelers. Passing yards 270 to 219 for the Steelers. Rushing yards 120 for the Steelers, 85 for Cleveland. We won in all those departments, passing and running game, but we didn't win where it counted. Total plays 67 to 55, so it took us more plays to score. Uh, 5.5 average yards per play for each team, 17 first downs for each team. Third down efficiency 44-10 for the Steelers. Penalties 8-6 for Cleveland. Turnovers 3-1 for Cleveland. Tackles 75-59. That's where Cleveland beats us, and it comes, and sacks. Sack yards lost. This hurt 22-0 for the Steelers. So 2 or 3 little departments there, but they seem to count. 35-02 possession time to 25-50 something or other. Then we get into the quarters, the scoring summary. First quarter, no scoring. Second quarter, Boswell gets a 48-yard field goal. Chubb gets a touchdown. And what do we have here? Hopkins gets the extra point, and so it's 10-3. Then we go into the third quarter. Boswell gets another field goal, so it's 10-6. And then we go into the fourth quarter, where Winston scrambles and runs it in himself for a touchdown, and the 2-point conversion to Jacob I can't pronounce his name, succeeds. That made a difference. That might have been what was the difference. And so the 2-point conversion at 12-16 cashes in. Nice rushing touchdown at 7:57 by the Steelers in the fourth quarter. So that was pretty good. Boswell gets the extra point. Then Russell Wilson passes a deep pass, middle complete to Tomlinson for made by, it must have been I don't know what Tomlinson's got to do, but anyway, Austin caught it for 23 yards, touchdown. So that put us ahead 19-18, but our field goal, our 2-point conversion fails at 6:15. That's where it's this now. The next play, 57 seconds left, Chubbs gets the touchdown. and then they attempt to do a 2-point conversion, and that was at 57 seconds left, and the 2-point conversion failed. And that was the difference in the game, and kind of critical moments. And it's that early going that haunted us, that first half. And this seems to be a little bit of a concern for our offense. Um, it seems to be we don't. It takes us too much time to capitalize on red zone conversions. That's converting points. You have to capitalize, and that's going to be something we're really going to have to fix going farther here, because we are now in the crunch. This was a big loss. Um, you need to be able. You can't. This is a loss. It's hard to take, even though yes, it's a rival in our division, and we're the rest of the games. The majority of them are going to be our rivals. We have to. Yes, we came out and beat the Ravens, but the Browns picked apart where they needed to pick apart too. I think they spotted the weaknesses between the cushion there between linebackers and the secondary, and that seems to be, whether it's our schemes or whether it's the players, I'm not sure, communication or what it is. There seems to be a problem in that area. It seems like unless it's Porter or um, Mika, that they're way back, that there's trouble. So I don't know what that is, but this guy, since he's now been with Cleveland, he's been becoming a thorn in our side. Um, Backup, is quarterback, but he's playing like a starter, and he gets a rush. He runs the ball in for a touchdown too, so you could count that as being quite a difference maker. So we gotta stop the bleeding very quickly, because now you've opened the door to the lead in the division, and most likely, like, we have the Ravens playing Chargers tonight. The Ravens are not going to lose that game. Be nice if they did, but that's just open the door. We'll end probably be in a tie with the Ravens for the lead, and they'll probably take over because they're that strong of a team. Don't let it deceive you, because we beat them, barely beat them. Uh, Either way, they're both good game, but even though this was close and it was a dogfight, just like I said it was, and the Browns win the dogfight, this was a hard one to take, where the Browns are having such a bad season. Steelers couldn't afford to lose this one, and this could come back to bite them in the ass. I hope not. I'll tell you one thing with the NFL: it's not like hockey or basketball. When you look at 2 games, that's a skid in a losing streak, basically. So you don't want to get into a skid. And now, not especially now you lost one, you got to respond and come back. You can't afford a loss now. We're in the critical point going into week 13. This is going to be super critical. Got the Bengals coming on. This is going to be rough. Burrow's wicked arm. He can run the ball. He's dangerous. One, extremely excellent quarterback. We know he is, and he has good success against us. I'm unfortunately fearing a loss here. It's going to be, I think it could be, I don't know, it's hard to say. He just does so well against us. I fear loss. Hopefully it's a close game. I'd like to see us capitalize and win this. I think this is going to be tricky, because this is where his arm is what bothers me, because he's so accurate. He may be the most accurate passer in the division. Um, so this could be yikes. Right. So I'm concerned about this one, because that we lose this one coming. That 2 game, like I say, in football, it is a skid when you get 2 games. So that would really, if we want to be smart, we got to win this game. You don't want to get into skids. So win this game. It's going to be crucial and critical to come out with the majority of our divisional games. We got to find a way. We got to learn to start putting up some points in the first half of the game, because that's what now is it's showing. Got away with it in the first half of the season. That our second halves have been stronger. We're not going to get away with it the rest of the way through. That has to be. I don't care which of the two, whether it's Russell Wilson, which it has, and then Fields, either one of them. This is going to be critical. They got to find a way to come through. You've had the addition to the receiver core. There's no reason you can't spread that ball around. You're getting a good mix, passing and running from us. But so you got to capitalize now. You just cannot go in those first halves anymore and then not capitalize. We're too far deep in. You can't afford to lose now. So this is going to be a big game in week 13. I don't know how. I'm projecting yay. You won't like it. I don't know. I got a feeling the Bengals will come out on top. I hope that's not the case because, like I say, in football, 2 games is a skid. If you lose 2 games, that's a skid. You can't afford where there's a lot less games in football than there are other sports. So it is critical. Um, I do think that we have issues that Cleveland figured out in our defense. And I think those schemes got to be worked on a little better. It's been a bit of a nemesis for us between that area between the linebackers and the secondary. We have not done well in protecting the field in that area, and I don't know if it's coaching, if it's the players, communication. Something's got to give, and we better smarten up because we're going to be on the outside looking in, and it can happen so quickly. There's not many games left. We got to get right back on winning. It's critical, 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 critical. So don't let these other 2 teams back in. Like, you sort of opened the door for Cleveland, who was having a miserable season. You opened the door for them. You shouldn't have. Although we expect this is the best division in football. Make no mistake. I think if a team like the Chiefs was in this division, they'd have more losses because you'd match up against your division twice. So it's a hard. This division has got very good quality in it, and there's no easy games in it. So going to be extremely crucial to take the majority because most of our games are now with our rivals. So, yes, it was a good game, just not good enough. And they're going to have to find the answer to this Winston for the next game because they need to. The next game that Cleveland comes to us, we have to win that game. All right, you've seen it here on Steel Curtain Productions. Thank you for following. Hit the likes and subscribe. I appreciate it. Go Steelers Nation, go. And let's go out there in week 13 and get a victory. Let's hope. I'm not that convinced, but let's hope because Burrows is dangerous. We have to find a way to get in his head. All right. Thank you for joining me. Catch you in the week 13 review. God bless.